Hi everybody. It is well past the point for me to do the half-month rune wrap-up of Ingwaz because I was traveling at the time that it actually happened. Ingwaz for me is a rune of something that has been worked on for a long period of time coming to fruition. And the thing that came to fruition for me during Ingwaz was a settling of how I'm in a relationship with my own intuition after menopause. I'm sure that there are uterus bearers who have an uptick of how their intuition worked, or it stays exactly the same, or some semblance of consistency. But for me, it has dramatically changed. And as someone who intuition and animistic expression of magic has been a way of life for me pretty much my entire life, that has been really difficult to sit with and to figure out how to be in relationship with it now. And it's also been really difficult as a practitioner because so much of shamanistic perspective is about being willing to sit in your personal experience and take that into how you work with other people. There is something very literal about wounded healer. Like, you're not reading it from a book, you're not spouting it because the data says so. You're standing in the roots of your own experience, and without projecting that as much as possible, usually working with people who have very similar circumstances to that originating wound. So it's been really challenging to see how that work has changed, because predominantly what changed is I could not sit with myself the same way, but I could still work with other people largely as I had been. And I've talked with a decent amount of uterus bearers who reflect that same thing, that is what changed. The self changed, and so how you look at the self had to update spiritually as well. It really didn't affect working with other people so much. But what happened for me during Ingwaz was a real catalyzation of what that looks like right now. It might change again, I don't know, but also this realization that it's been working this way. There's been a slow progression into the way that it works now. And when I look back, that progression started about the time that I first went into menopause. Because if you don't know, there's like this window of about 5 years, like 5 to 7 years when you first go into menopause, that things are still fluctuating. They're just not fluctuating enough to be a cycle. And that fluctuation, it ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. It's like perimenopause times 50. I don't know. I don't feel like I have all the answers. I also don't feel like I have to have all the answers. But I understand now the way that the ancestors and the land, my allies, are speaking to me. And it is imperative that I stay out of the way of it. It's not just this thing that I can get better at doing. It can't work if I don't. How was your experience of Ingwaz? I'm late asking, but I would still love to hear it.